Yes. Access. First one. Access answers the question, can people actually get to you when it matters? A lot of leaders think that they're accessible because they say, my door is always open. And then you look at their calendar and it is like a Tetris game on max hard. Back to back meetings, overlapping, different colors. And I mean, really, that's not an open door. That's a gate with a velvet rope.
So what does that look like in the real world then?
Somebody has a truly unplanned conversation with you in weeks if they haven't had one of those, or if you're constantly moving one-on-ones for higher priorities, you're teaching your team where they rank.
Okay, so what can leaders do to improve their access then?
I think one of the most practical things is protected office hours, say 2 hours the same time every week, blocked and honored. And in this way, you tell your team, this is your time. Drop in, there's no agenda required. And then don't bump it for any other shiny object that shows up. And that consistency says you get guaranteed real estate on my calendar.
Okay, so let's move on to number two, that second lever, which you define as reaction.
Mhm.
And you're really big on this one. You're really big on this 3-second window after bad news. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, because that's where trust either compounds or it collapses. So when somebody brings you bad news, those first 3 seconds, your face, your tone, your words, it tells them everything they need to know about whether they're ever going to do that again or not.
Tell me more.
So, an example in version one, they say, okay, we lost the client. Say your body tenses and you're like, you sigh and you go straight to, okay, well, how did this happen? Right?
Mm.
That feels a certain way. But in version two, you take a deep breath, give it the 3 second pause, and your first words are, okay, thank you for telling me. Let's walk through what happened. It's the same problem. It's a completely different signal that you're giving the person bringing you the information.
Okay, so then I'm hearing you say you don't necessarily have to suppress how you feel, but the words you choose matter here.
Yeah, we want people to feel what they feel, right? We're not robots. So there is an authentic response that brews inside us when bad news comes up. And so that's real. Be real, but you just don't have to broadcast your unfiltered reaction. You can't always control the emotion that you have, but you can control that 3 second gap between feeling it and then showing it. And that leadership gap right there, that's real muscle.
That's strong. That's really great. Okay. So the third level is responsiveness. But you're careful to say here that this doesn't mean that you're making yourself available 24/7.
Yeah, responsiveness isn't necessarily about speed alone or open door access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even if we know most people have their phones or their device right in front of them, right? It's about the message that when you respond, you're giving the signal of, do you matter to me? So even if somebody sends something to you, a quick, I got it, let me think on this, and I'm going to get back to you after the weekend is far more powerful than silence. But a thoughtful response 2 days later also beats a rushed, distracted answer in 5 minutes. So you can tell both of those on either side are with intention. You're setting the expectations, got your message, I'll get back to you. Or I'm going to wait to give you a thoughtful answer and not just rush to respond in a sloppy, reactive kind of a way.